Alright, good everyone, this is China Crypto, and in this video I'll be covering a lot of things when it comes to theory, so when it comes to the practical aspect of all the theory I've been sharing with you guys. Okay, first we all know what crypto is now, and we know what it means to trade cryptocurrencies. And I've said that there are three types of analysis: the fundamental, technical, and market sentiment. For this video, I'll be focused more on technical analysis because that has to do with charts, candlesticks, trading. Okay, this technical analysis. Now, there's a lot to learn in technical analysis, and I've done previous videos on candlestick patterns, chart patterns, and all of that. But in this video, we'll be combining everything that we have learned to see how it works in real life trading. Okay, we'll talk about resistance and support. We'll talk about trend lines and a lot more things. I'll try to be as fast as I can so this will won't exceed 1 hour. And okay, we'll start with first what a chart is. So this what you are seeing here is a chart where I know we normally see this in our mobile devices or whatever. We normally see this, and this is called a chart. Now a chart is made up of candlesticks. All of these are candlesticks. Red candlestick shows selling pressure, while green candlestick shows buying pressure. Okay, so you can go back in to see previous price movements. Okay, so when you're moving backwards like this, now you're seeing what price was doing in the past. Okay, so this is the previous price movement. Now you can change the interface that you want to be watching the price movement. This is on daily now, so it covers a broader picture. So you can reach to the 1 hour, 4 hour, 50 minutes, even as low as the 1 minute. But it's to be very profitable. You can take your analysis from the monthly down to the 15 minutes. Okay, we'll do that in this video. I'll show us how to go about all of that. So this is a candlestick chart. Remember that various type of charts. I've explained this before. We have the bar charts, we have the line charts, we have this hollow. I will explain how you can use this one as well, and a lot of other candlesticks as well. But the most popular ones are the line, the bars, the candlesticks, and the most popular is the candlestick, which we all know. So we're using the candlestick for this video, and we'll start from the monthly time frame. Okay, start for a monthly time frame so that you can see how to analyze properly. Sorry. Okay. So you can start from the monthly. You can do this on your mobile phone, but I'm using um, a PC so you get the broader view of how to go about this. Now this is the monthly movement on Bitcoin. So all these candlesticks there represent a larger time frame graph. So this is where Bitcoin started from, and it has been rising all this while. Okay, so we've talked about the types of chart. I've explained that already, and I talked about candlesticks patterns. In my previous videos and small candlestick patterns. I've said that already. So we'll move straight up to support and resistance. What are resistance? So how do we draw support? How do we draw resistance? Now if you come back to your left hand side of the screen, below this here, you can click on this and you see a lot of tools. For this tool, we looking for a horizontal line. Okay, horizontal is like a dash. Okay, so you can look for an horizontal ray. Is if you want price to, or if you don't want this, you can also change it and use something else. Height and horizontal line. Horizontal line. Okay, so I know we mostly see this in our chart. So how do you draw your support? Now you look at a price chart and you check for areas where you see more than, when you see price retesting or touching a particular level and bouncing off it. Now you can see this. If you have watched video on candlestick pattern, you can see that this shows reversal. When price got to this line, price went back up, so it shows reversal. And now price has tested this line 3 times, so the more price goes to line and touches it and reverses up, means that buyers push the price, or that's why I see this long wick here. So the more buyers, the more you see such reversal in price touching, while touching the line, it shows that that line, there's something about that line, that line is a support. Okay, while the line is at the top is a resistance. Let's draw on that line at the top. Remember, we are going from the monthly down to the 15 minutes. So just to identify which is for which, you can change the color of this. Okay, you can change this blue to red. So it shows danger, it shows monthly, because in the monthly the price will respond to the monthly in a more aggressive way than to respond to the 15 minutes. I don't know if you understand me. A support line, a horizontal line is drawn on the monthly time frame. It's more powerful than one drawn on the daily or the hourly. You grab. So you change it to a red. One thing you should know that this support and resistance is not an exact number, like price will retest at this number or this number. So price will retest at 24k. This is just a range. Okay, this is a zone, rather this is a zone. We feel that price might retest it, so the particular point is not certain, because price can retest a while, it can break this and retest back, so it's not certain. You just assume that okay, price has touched this 3 times, so this is a proven support zone. Now so can we also change this one to the red. Also shows danger. This is the monthly. Okay, is there any other support? There's one here, but price might not get to that level again, so I don't think there's any need doing that. So this was important now. And if you are seeing this, you can see that um price is about touching this support again, and if price touches it, there might be a massive surge to the upside. You grab, if price touches this this support over here, might be a social upside. So remember, support is a line that is drawn beneath that when price touches it, price tends to bounce off it, while resistance is a line drawn at the top that when price touches it, price tends to bounce downwards or retest or go down. Now we're done with the monthly. You can go down to the weekly. And now so we are at the weekly, and you can see that we have more candles at the weekly because um it's a smaller time frame compared to the monthly. So you can see that price touched this level, went up, touched our resistance, and it came down back, touched support, and is back up at the resistance again, and it's coming back down. So if price touches this level again, we'll be seeing an upside. So this level I think is around 29k dollars. So BTC might be seeing $29,000. Might, there's not something that is certain, but we might see that if we want price to actually go to the upside again. Okay, now let's continue. Let me to note here. Okay, we've already drawn the support and resistance from the monthly, so let's go down again. There's nothing to draw in the weekly at the moment, so we'll go to the daily. Make sure you are taking note of everything I'm doing. Okay, so down to the daily now. You can see that price has really been respecting these lines. You can see we have more candlesticks. Price came in, price broke this. This was a resistance before. Once a resistance is broken, it turns to a support. So you can see that price broke this resistance and it came down and it retest. So it's now a support. Before it was resisting the line, now it has broken it, it has become a support for it. So like I said, that price has went to the upside and it got to the top and it came back down to the support and it rallied up back again and it came back and it's coming back down to support again. So price touches this support, price will be going back to the upside graph. So let's see how this is going. Now we are in the daily, and what should matter to you is price in front of you. So you can see the price here now. I don't know if you note any support or resistance that you might be drawing. You can draw one support here, over here, over here, over here. Okay. Line is a support and it's also a resistance. Okay, so you can see price testing this line upwards and price touching this line and going back downwards. So this is a support. You can see price here, price is respecting this line as well. So but this is in a daily, so you can change this to another color so you can identify a daily. You can change this to, let's say, orange. So the daily is orange. Okay, the price. So if you had done this line before and you were watching, immediately price got to this level, you'd have gone short and have been winning a lot of profits right now, because you can see that price respected this line very well. If I done this earlier and you're waiting for price to touch this, as price touches and you saw this reversal candlestick, reversal candlestick over here, you'd have gone short and you'd have been a lot of profits right now. So I see that price went down. Price might go up a bit before continuing its downwards trend, because price has retested this this resistance here. So if you don't do that, you just wait for price to go up back a little and can go short again. So that's support for the daily time frame. You can draw more support if you look very well. You can see support over here, another support here. So let's draw another support. I see as price has been testing these lines, testing. So these other value supports here. Okay, let's go down to the 4 hours. Hope you're taking note. I started from the monthly, I went over to the weekly, the daily. Now I'm at the 4 hours. And for this 4 hour, you can see how price retested this line. You can see this reversal. This is a hanging man over here. If you have gone to the videos on candlestick patterns, you'll be able to notice this, and you have gone short around this space. So now price is going back downwards, and price might see this level. Let's take see any support here. Any support. It's looking like a support. Okay, this is support. This level. Now, because in the 4 hour, we have to change the color so we can identify. Okay, let's say yellow for the 4 hour. So price is trying to bounce on this support here to go back upwards, but let's see how that goes. If price fails to bounce, price will go downwards, and I don't think price will be able to bounce off this line. I don't think so, but if it does, that's better news. Okay, so let's check for the 1 hour. But we have just been drawing supports in this chart since monthly. Okay, this is 1 hour. We have a closer view, and we see that price is trying to break out from this. So the market is sort of consolidation right now on this support. Okay, so the thing is, how do you trade support? Now you have to wait for price to get to your support, your resistance, before going short or long. Okay, you have to be very sure. Now as price went up to touch this line, you can see this sellout here. Shows you that this support is very active. Sorry, this is a resistance. This is very active, and after a while you can see this high selling volume here. Don't worry, talk about volume. This high selling volume shows that this support is very active. It went down, and after a while price tried to, you see that if you watch this, price consolidated after this massive sellout. It was just consolidating until it went downwards. Okay, so I think price is trying to bounce off this support back up, and let's see how that goes. Okay, so this is why you need to know candlestick pattern very well, so you'll be able to tell when price is resisting a resistance, try to bounce off a support. The candlestick knowledge. Now if you were trading this and I saw this over here, I waited a while to see that price really is ready to retest this here, and I'll go short. I've been in profits by now. Also, if you are here now and you are seeing this, You have to check if okay, is it time for me to go short or should I go long. Trading from this now you can't really tell because you don't know if price will bounce off or down, but from the earlier candles you can see selling pressure, selling pressure, selling pressure. So price is most likely to continue going downwards from this here. So that's for support and resistance. So before you trade any support, make sure that at least let it retest. So you can see price bounced up, but then it retest and it went higher. So you can, if I entered around here, you'd have made a lot of profit. So you have to wait for price to get to your support and resistance and watch how price reacts to it before you choose your push, whether you go long or short. So that'll be all for um resistance and support. So now we're talking about trend lines. Trend lines is as important as resistance and support, and the funny thing is that you can actually put these two together to make huge profit. Okay, let's go to the 30 minutes first. 30 minutes almost the same thing. You can see dodgy over here, shows indecision. Market might or market will actually go down. Okay, there's any support here. Then the 15 minutes. 15 minutes is where I think we should take profit and stop loss for 15 minutes. Other analysis on the higher time frames. Okay, so now if you had entered here, went short, and take profit around here or wherever you would like to. But taking profit and losses from your 15 minutes time frame, I think it's a lot more safer because it gets your profits easily than higher time frames. So back to um what we're saying, we're talking on trend lines now. Basically how you use support and resistance. Okay, so for your trend lines are, I've explained trend lines in the class already. They are lines that price tends to bounce off when they get to it. It's like a support, but it's slants. Okay, but most times we draw trend lines wrongly. The video will tell us how to draw our trend lines correctly. So there are three types of trends. We have uptrend, we have a downtrend, and we have sideways trend. Okay, so how do you identify these trends? This is basically an uptrend because they are higher highs. This is a high, is another high, is another high, is another high. Higher highs, while lower lows shows downtrend. This is a low, this is another low, this is a low. So these are lower lows where this candle opens lower than the first candle and closes lower than it as well. Lower low, why as the candle opens higher than the previous candle and closes higher than it shows a higher high. This is basically how it works. And we have sideways trend. Sideways trend does not show particular direction. Don't worry, in smaller time frames I will show you what is sideways trend looks like. So how do we draw a trend line? Now to draw a trend line we have to be very careful. We have to connect two or three um, levels, high, two or three highs or lows. When I ask you what higher highs is and what higher lows are, these are higher highs and these are lower lows. So draw a trend line, you are connecting two or three or more than lower highs, shows you a trend, a downward trend, while connecting higher high shows you an upward trend. So let's zoom in. I can't really, you can't draw something reasonable from this monthly time frame, but in some cases we can, but we have up to um Let's go over to the weekly. Let's see if we can draw something in the weekly time frame. Okay, this is let me draw a trend line for you. I see this a trend line. Okay, price kept on moving to the upside. Okay, so you can see this is a trend line. Price was bouncing. When price got to it, price bounced higher, higher, higher. So remember they have higher highs. This is a high, higher. This is another high, higher than the previous high. This is another high, higher than this previous high. Why is another high, higher than the previous high? So these are higher highs. Shows an uptrend. Now for a sideways trend or consolidation, you can see this. There's actually no higher high. Okay, this higher than this, but then you have a lower low. So price just going up, down, up, down. Once the price breaks out of this, either to the upside or to the downside, depends on where price is breaking to. So you can draw more trend lines. Trend lines should have at least more than two lines touching it, more than two candles. So this touched it, this touched again. So you should have more, and you should draw on the wick. Don't draw across the candle, draw at the wick of the candle, and and a trend line, a trend that is this steep, like it's almost very straight, it's more likely to break easily. But a trend that um is not very steep, that something like this, it hardly breaks. Okay, if I broke around this area. Okay, this other trend that I'm drawing, you can see this price bouncing all up. This on that trend line, higher highs, higher highs, and it broke. Okay, so if you go to the smaller time frames, you will see how price was bouncing off these trend lines properly. You can also draw on that trend line here. Once you get to practice this after this video, make sure you practice how to draw your trend lines. So okay, we have more than three. Okay, but this is the weekly, so we have to change the color of the candle, so the color of the line, so we'll be able to identify the weekly. Let's use blue for the weekly. I hope you still remember all the colors we have been using. You can see this price has been bouncing off this line. So now let's go to a smaller time frame. Go to the daily. In the daily, you see how beautiful this looks. Now, you can see price basically bouncing off these trend lines. So, price came over here. Price bounced and got to this point, then went higher. Got to the trend line again, it went higher. Then it touched a support. You can use both a trend line and a support, okay, to make more successful trades. Now you can see this support is a support line. Remember where we drew the support line earlier. Now a trend line and a support, this is very powerful. So it shows you that this will really go down. So now the trend started at where this support held. This is where we got our first point for the trend line. Then second level was, okay, second level is here. So if you are gone short at the second point, you can make profit, but it's not really advisable to go short on the second. I want to go short on the third. Okay, so this is the third. Now going short here, seller who went short, that's why you see this high selling pressure. Now he went back and kept going downwards. Okay, that's what this has been trending downwards. It's a downtrend. See, there are lower highs, lower, lower, lower. This low is lower than this low. This low is lower than the previous low. So this low now will also be lower than this low. This low might get to this level. This is the 28k level. Okay, so this is how downtrend works. So you can see price has been bouncing off this trend line to the upside. So if you are drawing this trend line and at this level decide to go long, after you see that price has retested this, after you see this green candle that opens below and closes above these previous two red candles, shows that buyers are coming in. So if you are going long here, making a lot of profits, taking profits around here. I hope you know how to identify trends now and how to draw trend lines. Make sure it's always on the tip, the wick of the candle. Don't draw it across the bodies of the candle. So if you go to smaller time frames, you also see trends as well, and you see price hitting and going off trend line. You can see, to confirm, this candle has already closed and it was the big red candle, so it closed here. So going short now, being a lot of profits. Now check the 4 hours. You can see price for this 4 hour. You can go short on Bitcoin now and you'll be a lot of profits, because let's on that trend line here. This was an upward trend line until it broke to the downside. Once you practice how to draw this, practice very well. Okay, so look at my trend line, almost perfect. You can see price touched, but this support here, so this resistance here held. price went down, and after it going down, price came to test it. That testing it failed, so more downside. Okay, so if you're shorting this now, you can take profit at around this previous low, around this level. You can take a profit here, and it's very short profits. If we were live, I would have asked you to go short, but since you are not live, and when you be watching this, it will be maybe hours from now or days or whatever, so the signal won't be valid anymore. But this is basically how you trade the market like a pro. So you can see how we draw trend lines and how to make profits from drawing these trend lines. So a lot of trend lines to be drawn, a lot of support to be drawn. So it makes it that draw from the higher time frames, they have more probability of playing out possibly playing out well. So if we reduce this to the 1 hour time frame, you can see how price bounces off this trend line. Is beautiful. See price bouncing up, then got to this point, it broke down, try to go back up and it's not holding. Right, our support here is breaking and it's going down, down. So if you're testing your take profit, as you can say your first take profit as this previous low, TP1, TP2, TP3, previous lows. But it's best at if you are using the 15 minutes time frame set to take profits. Put TP1 here, TP2, okay, TP3, TP4, and TP5. So these are previous lows. Okay, this is where you put your take profit and making good profits out of this trade. Now that's how you draw your support, your resistance, and your trend lines. Talked a lot, talked a lot. So one more thing, what we call trend channels. Let me zoom out to the 4 hours. Let's see if we can find any trend channels in the 4 hours at the moment. Now trend channels is like double trend lines or parallel trend lines. You can see this trend line now and want to draw a trend channel. Um, okay. So you see, basically the trend channel is two trend lines, one at the top, one at the bottom. Price was advancing, upwards and then it broke, retest and downwards. Basically have to draw a trend channel. See, trend channel. So um there are various types of there are various types of trend channels. We have the ascending trend channels, we have the descending, we have the horizontal. So this was the ascending because we were having higher highs, but then it failed. Then we can also have the descending, we would want to be having lower lows. Let's look for something like that. Okay, okay. Um, This is a descending, trend channel. Okay, I see lower lows. This is low, is lower, this is lower, this is lower. Price continue going down. So it shows, see this is a channel. Okay, pardon this, the channel, this price is going, so this is a downward trend channel and an upward trend channel. Then something that is consolidating and is rather an horizontal trend channel, something like this. um, so we have price here, horizontal, then price here again. So you can see that price was just going up down up down. It did not really go, it didn't really get higher highs or lower highs or lower lows rather. So price was just consolidating, it didn't take a direction. That's how you draw your horizontal or ranging um, trend channel. Okay, so to trade support and resistance, you have to wait for maybe a bounce. See, something, this is what we call a bounce. You can see price moving downwards after um, price um, price touches and there will sell out. So you see a weak D. As I see sellout, to show that price, this massive sellout, these three massive sellouts, so that price will eventually drop drastically. So if you can take risks, immediately you see this massive sellout, you can go short, knowing that price will try to retest. So if you can go short to this level and you take profit here, good. Or you can wait for price to retest, wait for a while and massive short. You will still make profit out of it. But just be sure that price is actually retesting. And one more way to confirm your um trade, in more videos to come, I'll do videos on indicators and a lot more other things. So one more thing, I'll also talk on volume though, but I'll just say a little on volume today. So on volume trading, volume tells you if actually a support or resistance will hold or if it will break. So now watch this volume. This red bar shows selling volume while green bar shows buying volume. Now it shows the number of selling activity that was going on in this particular period of time. So this very high volume now shows high selling activity. You can see this high selling volume now on a downwards resistance. You can see a resistance here. This is a trend line as well, acting as a resistance. So immediately price touch this, you see heavy selling pressure. So it shows that price will go down. So if you had gone short in a smaller time frame, like 15 minutes time frame, you have been getting a lot of profits before price cuts to this level. So it shows that price actually obeyed this. So let's go over here. You can see price here. You can see this high buy volume shows that price is actually retesting this line because a lot of buying activity is cutting when um price got to this level. So but I think the buying wasn't enough, so price will test a bit, and this was a higher buying um volume and price went higher. Also in this point you can see high selling volume when price got to this trend line, so it shows that trend line might not hold. Okay, so there was a buying volume. This is why we have to wait sometimes. There was a buying volume but wasn't as high as the selling volume, so price just failed to retest this and it's going down. Okay, so if also price is rising but the volume is dropping. It shows that it's a weak uptrend. We're having higher highs, yes, but now we are having lower volume. Means that people that are pushing this price up, they are not really serious about the price. They are losing their steam. And that the volume is dropping. As the volume is dropping, I've been seeing higher highs, but then price will eventually go down. You can see that at the end price is going down because over here price are losing their steam. Price went down here too. But if price is rising and volume is also rising, shows that there's a lot of that buyers are um, at a level of equilibrium at the moment. So you can see that we see high buying volume here at this level, high buying volume, and it got to this point. Price did not advance further. See, volume was just stable. I are seeing stable price, stable price, stable price, stable price. So just high selling volume here because price touched this resistance, then sell out. So that's since you need to note about volume in your volume trade. I'll share a PDF on that and a lot more. Okay. So one more thing that I'm looking at in this video before I call it a day is the Fibonacci. So this stands for Fibonacci retracement or Fib retracement. So this is used to um, help buyers find good opportunities to enter a trade, whether to go short or long. So I'll first be trying it out here, so we'll see how it works. So if Fibonacci is active now, you can do it for a down movement or a upward movement. So for a sudden movement to the downside, you can draw a Fibonacci from here and drag it to the low. This is the lowest price went to, and this is the highest price went to. So from this level down to this level. Now in the Fibonacci, there are various levels in Fibonacci, in the sense that we feel that price might retest if price gets to that level. Now we have the 0.23, 0.38, but the most popular is the 0.5 and the 0.1 level. So these levels, price tends to retest when it gets there. So price went down all of a sudden and price got to this level, but it didn't break it, it just went back up. Watch closely, price got to this 0.5 Fibonacci level and this was at a resistance as well. So it shows that yes, this resistance will actually hold because people are looking at the resistance level and they're also looking at the Fibonacci level as well. That's why you see this high selling volume around here, because the resistance level was telling people to go short and the Fibonacci level also telling people to go short as well. So see high selling volume. Okay, so if you had gone short because of this Fibonacci level here, having a lot of profits. Okay, this is how you use Fibonacci down in a downtrend. Once you see a sudden move to the downside, you can draw a Fibonacci from the highest price, from this highest level to the lowest level. Okay, let's go on that Fibonacci for an upward movement in price. Want to look for sudden upward movement and use the Fibonacci to find our way in. Okay, sometimes Fibonacci the levels does not always hold, but sometimes they hold as well. So now let's look at this lowest level. Let's use this level. Let's use this, just this a sudden move to the upside. See that price was very bullish and it didn't get as low as 0.5 or 0.61. So it just retraced from this first Fibonacci level. Okay, so it differs on how active the market is. Sometimes price might not really go down to this level, but sometimes price goes down there as well. Let's see a very good example where price I think this should be a good example. So lowest and highest. Okay, so you can see this. I hope you can see this now. Price is the lowest price was, and all of a sudden price moved upwards and it got to the top. Now you can watch this, price went down and got to this 0.61 level I told you guys about. Immediately it was here, price went up. So if you had gone long here, you have taken your profits around this level and get out of the market, and you will make a lot of profits from it. Okay, you can see price still advance higher after testing this level, advance higher and got to here. So a lot of profits to be made from it. This is how you use Fibonacci, and combine it with your support and resistance. Remember how it happened here, the support and resistance. So let's go to our current situation here, current level. Okay, so you can see price went to the downside and all of a sudden it got to that 0.5 and it's trying to go back upwards. Then price could not break above this level, so it's going back downwards. So this is if Fibonacci you draw from the lowest low to the highest level like I did previously. You can use Fibonacci to confirm your trades if you should actually go in. So if you check this low level now, got to this, and you can see price went as this high as it went. Now price came down to this 0.38 and we tested it well. Price went back up. So Fibonacci is very important tool and it can get powerful when you use it with your trend lines. Okay, so now if you wanted to go short on this trend line now, let's say use a Fibonacci and from this level that you touched, you can check for the 0.5 level because price most times we test in that level. So you can see price came and got to 0.5 and it went back down. So if you had entered here to go short, you'd have been in more profits grab because you drew from this level. Now price went back up, touched 0.5 and you went short here. You can see how much profits you'll be in. So practice makes perfect. Also, I want us to go back to this video, watch several times and try to draw each and everything I do in this video on your own. Draw your Fibonacci, draw every other thing, and see how well price reacts to your drawings. Okay, that'll be all for this video. Thank you very much for being a part of my class, guys.